Here we go.
Hey, hey, we are back. That is one of our commercials from our video creation department. Our video creation department is able to create a commercial for you or a book trailer, whichever one you need, as well as we provide a platform for you to be played on. So I don't know if you're able to see my shirt tonight. As you know, we are in the month of June, and in the month of June, we have what? We have Father's Day and we have Juneteenth, and we have some more graduates that graduate out in June. So we're going to show you some items that are ideal for giving away gifts and celebrating Juneteenth. So this is my Juneteenth shirt. I hope you like it. It says Juneteenth is my freedom. Um, just a little bit of history lesson. Those who may not may be, because I know me when I grew up, I didn't know anything about Juneteenth, and I'm still learning a lot of things about Juneteenth. When um, we were allowed to exercise our freedom because we've always been free because that is our God-given right, just like any other person on this face of this earth. When we was legally given our right to be free, emancipation, um, somewhere along the line, Texas did not get the memo up front. It took 2 years for it to be put out there that we were free. And so Juneteenth is a day that was that we the very last set of slaves, enslaved people were given their freedom and allowed to exercise their freedom. And that day is called Juneteenth. So we celebrate that particular day every single year, June 19th. And you commemorate those days with different with church. Church have became a very wonderful way to commemorate certain things. You go to a reunion, you may see everybody in t-shirts. You go to a concert, you see somebody wearing a t-shirt. You go to a funeral and everybody's wearing a t-shirt with that person's face on it, saying that we miss you or what that person meant to them. We're gonna miss you, mom, we're gonna miss you, dad, we're gonna miss you, big sis, little sis, brother, and so forth. So t-shirts is a wonderful way to commemorate a celebration, and they're also a way to promote business. So I am really big about wearing t-shirts that promote things that are important and near and dear to my heart, which is one of those things of Juneteenth as well as I wear different t-shirts to talk about my business. I try to always be my own walking billboard. I'm not really big on wearing all the different fashion um, brands and so forth. My thing is I'm not going to promote their stuff. I'm gonna promote my stuff because my business is what pays me. So, um, without any further ado, we have this shirt, and I have another shirt. So, this is another shirt, and we're going to be rolling out very soon some other t-shirts as well. As you see, this says July 4th, June, and crossed out July 4th because that's not our Independence Day because we were still enslaved when July 4th came along. We became was able to celebrate our freedom and exercise our human rights as free people for Juneteenth. So this is a very nice shirt, and it gives you a nice history lesson. 1865, free Black Juneteenth, our ancestors, um, and all these other things. End of slavery, freedom, pride, Texas, celebrate. Um, so it's all kinds of words in there that you may think about when you think about Juneteenth. And we're going to be rolling out some more shirts as it gets a little bit closer to the Juneteenth day, so you could be able to commemorate that day with a T-shirt. So this is one of our shirts. I am really big on colors, so I made these two shirts for myself. And if you're interested in getting one of these shirts are only $25 for shipping and handling. I'm going to be selling them at various vineyards, various events. So please stay tuned to the different things that I'm gonna be doing, so you could be able to see how you can get this shirt and celebrate um, your um, in your way of Juneteenth. So um, that is that, as well as we sell other t-shirts. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about those other t-shirts as well. We're really big on reading, really big on promoting reading, especially, for our children, to let our kids know that it's important to pick up a book and read it. It's important to get knowledge for the book, because the Bible teaches us why people perish due to the lack of knowledge. And where do you generally find knowledge? A lot of times in the book. So um, that's the reason for that. As well as I'm going to be telling you about some other books in a little bit later, as well as I am going to be telling you about various events that we have coming up very, very soon. We have two main events for this year, events that we're going to be hosting, and we'll start laying out some more dates as we start securing dates of different events that we will be participating in. So you can have opportunities to buy books from the bookstore and support these authors and celebrate Black literature. So without any further ado, I'm going to be right back with you. Let me play a really quick commercial and we'll be back.
YMRE Media.
Nordenshire Productions. J. Boo the Heartbreaker. It's nothing like working out with your friends in J. Boo the Heartbreaker apparel. You can go to the gym, have fun, relax, and all of this versatile apparel. Even when you get a little bit too sweaty, you can feel sexy. J. Boo the Heartbreaker apparel can take you everywhere. Business meetings or just drinks with your friends. And fellas, J. Boo the Heartbreaker did not forget about you. You can look dope in all this apparel. Don't forget to shop today. Make sure you check out www.jboo.com.
If that wasn't enough, check out this merch.
All right. We're back. We're back. We're back. I just absolutely love telling my testimony about becoming an author, and that's how this whole journey of this bookstore started. I am a tax professional by trade, and um, being a tax professional, I went to a webinar and, excuse me, a seminar actually specifically. And the young lady there that was hosting, she talked a lot about, um, hey, become an author, set yourself apart from other professionals by becoming an author, write a book about the profession that you are in. And so that's kind of where this the journey started out with. Started out with me being owner of a bookstore. And my very first book that was self-published was this one. I wanted to tell you about this, and I love telling my testimony. Um, it's amazing. I've never been much of a kid. I wasn't a kid who enjoyed reading because I struggled with reading. So, if you're out there and you feel like you have a story in your heart that you need to get put in a book, or you have something that you need to write. Um, and you may say, hey, I'm not a very good book reader. I'm not a very good reader, and so forth. Do not allow that to discourage you. Because I was one of those kids where when the teacher asked me to read, all the kids would throw their hands up and they go, oh my goodness. And because I'm a slow reader and still is a slow reader. So most people would think because they were slow readers or they did not enjoy books, they can't be an author. And that's so furthest from the truth because this is my book. This is the very first book that I self-published, and was based in my particular area of career. And it's called Why Your Refund is So Low. And what this book is basically talking about a lot of foundational things that business owners need to do in order to build their business and be a successful business owner, startup things, and um, it's not a publication per se, but it talks about a lot of things that may not was mentioned in different publications that are provided by the IRS. They give you information about different things you can write up, but certain things they're not going into real in depth about you can do, such as your communication. Um, a lot of things that we do that require us to make an investment with not just our time but with our money is communication. Your phone line, your follow-ups with your customers and so forth, or follow-ups with somebody for business purposes, record keeping, registering your business in the right way. There are several different ways you can register your business depending on what you're trying to do. And just because you start your business out in one way, for example, you have a DBA, that does not mean you have to stay in that particular area. As you gravitate and you start bringing in more revenue to be able to take advantage of certain tax benefits, you may want to take a moment out and convert your business to something else, another type of entity. Or as you're growing in your business and the more customers you have, the more liability that you're taking, you may want to consider opening up an LLC because that's a limited liability corporation and company. And what happens if something happens, you don't have to worry about losing all your personal assets because of something that happens with your business. Things like choosing the right tax professional. I tell anybody, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a tax professional. In business, you will want to start delegating other responsibilities to other professionals because when you're working on your day-to-day operations, certain things may be lacking because you're wearing so many different hats. So one of the things that I talk about in here is about how to choose a tax professional, things to look for, how to make sure you're choosing a reputable tax professional versus somebody that just says, okay, I'm a tax preparer, and they're doing data entry because doing taxes is more than data entry. Doing taxes is choosing how you write off certain things, making sure you keep your adequate records, making sure you set up a proper bank account, make sure that you may be using a bookkeeping software, different timing and deadlines and so forth that goes off into business. And that's what this book does. This is basically business 101, very, very bottom basic things that you may need to know. And even if you're a seasonal business owner, or excuse me, a seasoned business owner, there are still things that you may can learn in this particular book. And this particular book is a tax write-off. It's only $20 for your shipping and handling, so you definitely want to get this for your business. But this is my first self-published book, and then I went on and co-authored 4 other books. And then once I got to the position of having these books, I decided that sit down. I decided that sit down. I decided that I was I decided that I was going to open up a bookstore because I already had some books. So why not share my platform with other people about things that I'm doing? So this was my very first self-published book, and this one is $20. Like I said, it is a tax write-off, so you definitely want to take advantage of that. Things that you can write off in that particular book. And then now we have these 2 other books. This is by the same author, and um, this author felt like at some point in time she was wearing these masks. And so often, in business, excuse me, so often in life, we're living life and we're acting like things are okay. We put on this mask, we put on this persona. And so that's what these two books talk about. So these are her two books. You want to get one of the other, both of them. So we got unveiling pieces of broken mask, and then we have mask behind the mask. So that's a lot. Um, wearing a mask and wearing a mask up under that mask. We go throughout life and we go through these different things and so forth. And sometimes we got a mask in order to keep going. They say fake it till you make it, so you faking it. So these are two books. This is by Miss Shannon Godin, very beautiful young lady. So definitely you want to get these get one or the other or both. Get them together as a bundle. So another book we have is called Out of Darkness. Now this is actually a book of poetry, and in this book she talked about how she was in darkness and how she was shaped and formed and shattered and pieces of her and things were still missing. She felt like she was being buried. Talk about beneath her pain, her shame, her lack of feeling of not enough and being unworthy. If there's something that sounds, I'm saying these words, something that sounds familiar to you, you may definitely want to get one of these books, get this particular book. She felt like she was too short, too fat, too skinny, too loud, too quiet, too broken. We go through these things where we feel like we're too something, in life. So this is a beautiful book, Out of Brokenness, and how she basically brought herself out of being in this place of, unworthiness. You'd be surprised at how many people feel unworthy. So this is definitely one of the books that's in the bookstore, and you can get it from our website. As you can see, our website is down at the bottom of the page, www.krcbookstore.com. And just real quickly, I want to say that normally I'm live. Normally, Normally, I'm live on 8 different platforms, but Facebook was having some issues tonight. So I'm only live YouTube. So if you're watching, please take a moment out to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get updates on when I'm live and we're always on here talking about these books. So whether you're a book lover or you just know you need to pick a book up and read it, definitely check it out. This one is on says 30 Days of Truth. And what this young lady does, she talks about different things like peace, wisdom, um, death, honesty. And she talks about what these words mean to her. And so it's an area, it's actually a journal as well. So it gives you areas where you can write about what these words mean to you. The back of the book, it says, this book is created as a first serving with a in 3 book collection designed to provide you, the reader, with clarity, compassion, confidence to live life in your truth. When you start to know yourself, you can recognize your truth and have the courage to live out loud. Every page is a journey that offers you an a seat at the table of life. You will be inspired to have an internal conversation that will make you cry, that will make you laugh, that will make you say, damn, that's deep. Like, so um, So before I tell you about these last 2 books, I'm gonna go ahead and take a real quick break and play a commercial for you. We're gonna be hearing from the
After looking at this, I know what you need. You need a taste of love. And be sure to follow up with Dr. Love at www.atasteoflove.love. After all, I am the only doctor who prescribes wine.